I made this trending top and I thought to share the step-by-step tutorial with you. The one I made has a little bit of built-up neckline, a slit at the sleeve, and also a slit at the front as well. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back to my channel, and if you are seeing my channel for the first time, thank you for stopping by. You are welcome. Please don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up. Let's dive into the tutorial. So right now, for the little bit of the built-up neckline I have on my own top, I came down on my brown paper by 1 inch. If you want yours to be a little bit higher than mine, you can use 2 inches. So after that, I'm going to mark 1 inch all the way down on the brown paper to form our zipper allowance. Remember that the zipper is at the front this time around, as against the one that we always have the zipper at the back. So go ahead and do the same thing. After making the point of 1 inch, I just decided to connect the lines. Then I label it my zip. That's for zipper allowance. And right now I begin to take my shoulder to nipple, shoulder to under bust, and shoulder to waist. So from my shoulder to waist, I came down by 10 inches. That is how long I want my top to be. And when I measured it from that top to the down part of this brown paper, I noticed that the full length is about 26 inches. So if you want yours to be longer than that, you can make it 28 inches. So the full length I used for this top is 26 inches. So after making my vertical measurement, I went ahead to take the shoulder measurement, and then I went down by 1 inch for shoulder slope. For my neck width, I used 3 inches. For my neck depth, I used 3 inches as well. So that is what I am connecting over there. So I extended that 3 inches depth to the zipper allowance line. So that's what you are seeing over there. So after that, I'm going to take my armhole length, which is the bust measurements divided by 6 plus 1.5 inches. That's what I took over there. Next, I'm going to go ahead and take my built-up neckline. So please watch closely how I took my built-up neckline. I went up by 1/4 inch. You can also call it 3/4 inches. So I just blended it into my shoulder slant. I'm going to zoom in so that you all can see very well. Can you see what I did there? I went up by 1/4 inches, and then I just slanted it back into the shoulder slant. So I proceeded to form the armhole curve. So I took the round bust measurement on the nipple part there, and then whatever I have on the shoulder length, I went in by 1/2 inch and just connected the lines together, or the points together. So right now I'm going to take a nipple to nipple measurement. A nipple to nipple measurement is 7.5/4. So I'm just going to divide that into 2. So after that, on my waistline, I came down by 4 inches, and then I took the same nipple to nipple measurements down there, because I'm going to use the normal dart. I'm not using a princess dart for this particular project. So on the side, I went in by 1 inch. On the waist, I went in by 1 inch on both sides. On the nipple line, I came down by 1 inch. You see what I am doing there, and then I connected it to form my dart. So on that 4 inches I came down with, I just connected the dart to it. Hope you can see clearly. So right now I'm going to take a bust measurement, a waist measurement, and on this length line I'm going to be taking a hip measurement. If you notice, on the waistline, I added the 2 inches allowance I took for the dart. So all the measurements I took start from the zipper allowance, after the zipper allowance. So please don't start before the zipper allowance. All my measurements started after the zipper allowance. So I'm trying to make the hip curve there, and I noticed that it's not giving me what I wanted, so I decided to extend it. So right now I went up by 2.5/4 inches. I actually wanted to do 3 inches before, but I changed my mind to 2.5/4 inches, and then I'm just going to blend it in to that line just to form the curve there. So right now let's create our slant for the front. So from the zipper allowance, on the waist, I came down by 2 inches. From the waist, I came down by 2 inches on the zipper line, and from there I'm going to mark about 2 inches on that M line and just connect it. Do you see what I did? I'm going to explain again. From the waist on the zipper line, I came down by 2 inches. So on the M part of this particular top, I came in by 2.5 inches. So I just connected the line to make my slant. If you want the slant to be very wide, you can do 3 inches on the hem part of your top. So after this, I'm just going to confirm my measurement. Like I mentioned earlier, the top length I used is 26 inches. If you want it longer, you can use 28 inches. As you can see, all my measurements start from after that zipper allowance. All my measurements started after the zipper allowance. So after doing this, it's time to cut it out. So please watch closely what I am doing here. So if you have watched to this point and have not given me a thumbs up or subscribe to my channel, please go ahead and do that. So right now I'm going to cut the neckline, and after cutting the neckline, please watch closely how I'm going to be cutting that view top part of the neckline. Can you see what I did over there? If you have any question, please go ahead and ask in the comment section. So that's our zipper allowance right there, and it's going to be folded in. By the time we fold it in, you can see the slant is already forming. So now let's cut our draft the back. So for the back, remember that there's not going to be zipper allowance there. So I came down by 1 inch as well from the upper part of my paper for the built top neckline. That's the same thing I did for the front. So if you don't want built up neckline, you can just as well just use 3.5 by 3.5 or 3 by 3 inches for your neckline. So after that, I took my shoulder to nipple and then our shoulder to waist. So after this, I'm just connecting the line. Remember that there's no zipper at the back. We already have our zipper at the front. So I proceeded to take our shoulder measurement, and then for the depth of the neck, I used 1.5 inches, and then for the width, I used 3 inches as well. I wanted to use 1 inch before, but I changed my mind to 1.5 inches. That's me connecting the neckline. So on the shoulder line, I came down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope or shoulder slant, and that's what I'm doing there. The same thing I repeated for the built up neckline is what I am repeating there. I did 1/4 inch, and then I'm just going to extend the line and just connect it back to the shoulder slant. It's as simple as that. So after this, I'm going to make the armhole line and then create the armhole curve, and then go ahead and take the round bust measurement, the waist measurement, and then the hip measurement. And after that, I'm going to go ahead and take my dart. So I'm going inside by 1/2 inch on that side to form my armhole curve, just the normal way we create our armhole curve. So after this, I'm just nibbling it. That's the waist, and then this is my full length of the top. So I'm going to take a nipple to nipple measurement right now on the bust line and also on the waistline. So below the waist, I went down by 4 inches. That is where I want my dart to stop. So I'm going to go ahead and take the nipple to nipple measurement on that line as well. I'm just trying to create my chest line there. I just label it chest line CL. So right now, I'm just going to go ahead and go down from the chest line by 1 inch. That is where my dart is going to start from on the back. So I'm just going to extend it. I will extend it. Okay, that's what I'm doing there. From the chest line, I came down by 1 inch. That is where my dart is starting from, and then it's stopping 4 inches below my waist. So I just went in by 1 inch on both sides on the waistline. I used 2 inches for my dart intake because I want it to be very snatched, and for the waist of my client, I didn't use her exact waist measurement. I removed 1/2 inch as well from her waist measurement because I just want it to be snatched. That is what is going to give it the fitting that I wanted. So I just added my dart allowance on the waistline, and on the length, I just took a hip measurement there. So I'm going to connect the lines together, and remember that I extended that line on the hip line for the front. So I'm just going to go ahead and extend it again as well because it wasn't giving me what I wanted. So on the hip line, I just went up by 2.5 inches. So I'm just trying to measure what I took on the front to make sure that they are the same thing. so that I won't have any issue. So I just curve it down there. I noticed that my curve is not doing justice, so I just use my hand to curve it so that I won't have any sharp edge at that point. So it's time to cut. So let's proceed to cutting. So at this point, I'm about to cut the built-up neckline. Please watch closely what I did over there. If you have any question, please go ahead and ask me. So I'm going to cut this on my fabric and as well on my lining. For the neckline, I added 1/2 inch. For my armhole, I added 1/2 inch. For the side, I added 2 inches. For the zipper, I didn't bother to add any allowance because we already have 1 inch over there. So right now I have cut my lining. I have already placed my dart on the fabric. I intentionally did not want to put the dart on my lining. I don't like dart on my lining, so I just put my dart on my fabric and then I use that to cut out my lining. After placing my dart, that was when I go ahead to cut my lining. But if you like to put that on your lining, you can as well just chalk your dart on your lining and your fabric. But for me, I didn't do that. I already placed my dart on my fabric, and my lining doesn't have any dart. So let's proceed to sewing. So this is the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and join my zipper on the fabric. For the front part, I joined my zipper on the fabric. I didn't join it on the lining. I didn't do it the normal way we used to join our back zipper. No, so I went ahead to join my zipper on my fabric on the front part. So for the back, I'm just going to join the neckline, join the side, and just hem the down part as well. So for the front part again, I joined my zipper to the fabric of the front part. So after joining, this is me just showing you what we have. I have gone ahead to turn the back with the lining. I have hemmed it, turn it at the hem part, and then this is the front. As you can see, the zipper is on the fabric. By the time we use our lining to turn it, we already have our slanted design at the front. Or is it slanted or V kind of design at the front? So right now I'm just going to go ahead and use my lining to turn it. And mind you, when you are turning with your lining, make sure that your zipper head is at the middle of your fabric, so that if you cut the excess away, you will not have cut the head of your zipper, which means the zipper will not be able to be used again. So now I'm going to go ahead and turn my lining with the fabric, and watch closely what I want to do here. So I'm going to start from the neckline. Sew to the zipper side, and then from the zipper side down, I'm going to raise my footer a bit and then go ahead and sew to the slanted part, and then go ahead and sew to the hem part of this dress. So I'm just trying to explain again so that you will see clearly what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to put my footer there and raise it, and then just sew it. I know when you start sewing it, you will understand what I'm trying to say. So I'll go ahead and sew it, and I've sewn it. This is what it's looking like already. I have not ironed here, and see the beauty that we already have here. I have not ironed at all. All that I have sewn, I did not iron them because there was no light. So right now I have gone ahead to do this, and let me show you how the back. Okay, I already show you what the back is looking like. So I'm going to bring the back now and just place it shoulder to shoulder, join the shoulder, fabric to fabric, and lining to lining on the shoulder. For the side, I'm going to take the measurement on the round bust, the waist, and also the hip, and then I'm going to show you the final look. I went ahead to also cut my sleeve and join it. Mind you, my sleeve has a slit, and there's another tutorial coming up for that. If you want me to upload the tutorial of how I turn or cut this sleeve with a slit, please let me know in the comment section. We have come to the end of this tutorial. Thank you all for watching to this point. I really appreciate you. I'm going to see you in my next video. Please don't forget to subscribe, turn on your notification bell and give me a thumbs up. Thank you for watching. Thank you once again, and see you in my next video. Bye.